Deleting data from the database is tricky business. The actual process of doing it is relatively simple, but the consequences might be more far-reaching. Once you delete data, it can be very difficult to get it back. It can also have an impact on data integrity if you have references to the deleted data. This can become even more pronounced in a microservices system where you can't necessarily rely on the database to maintain that integrity. As a general rule of thumb, if you can avoid deleting data, you probably should. Alternative approaches can be taken instead, such as adding a deleted flag to the record. However, sometimes deleting data is required. If you have a lot of data, you may need to avoid keeping things around because it can become costly, or you may have legal requirements to purge certain data from the system. Regardless of what your reasons are, in this exercise we'll be learning how you can execute a delete in order to remove a record from the system. Over in our code window, we're going to open up delete.sql and we're going to write our delete statement here. So what is this going to look like? Well, we're going to delete from, and then as always, it'll be our mover vehicles.vehicles table. But now we need a where clause because, again, we don't want to delete everything here. We just want to delete a specific record. Now, we could do something like where serial number equals, and then we could put in the serial number. But this can be potentially a little bit dangerous because although a serial number is unique within a particular brand, there's no guarantee that it will be unique across all vehicles or across all brands. And so if we end up copying and pasting the serial number in here, there's a good chance that we're actually going to end up deleting more than we intend. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to create a select statement that will actually search for the serial number and then verify that we only get back one record and that it's the record that we expect. Now, once you've got that record, you can actually just go in and change this from serial number to ID, and then we're just going to post the ID that we are interested in here. So let's save our record very quickly, and then we'll jump over to the terminal and run our tests. Okay, I've gone ahead and executed my tests, and you can see that my delete has executed successfully. My row count has gone from 5 down to 4, and we cannot find the other record that we were supposed to have deleted. So it doesn't exist in the database anymore. So everything appears to be working the way we expect. So now over in our Cockroach DB terminal, we're going to actually execute that delete statement for real. So I'll go ahead and do that. And now if I do a select star from vehicles, you'll see that I only get 4 records, and the one that we had tried to delete is now gone. So it looks like everything worked.